Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, including Bitcoin, and let you guys know there's a lot of people out there that are hair on fire now. They see Bitcoin going down. I'm here to tell you, just relax a little bit, guys. I don't think this is quite a big a deal as everybody's making it out to be, and they're looking for what? That they're still looking for that 2008 style crash, right? I don't think that's really going to be happening, but you can't rule it out. Now I have the Nasdaq composite here on my screen. One of the reasons I have it on there is, the tech stocks, and Bitcoin, they kind of go together for the most part, even though Bitcoin can deviate from time to time from the stock market, but not usually. Most of the time it's with it. So you can't say it's 100% correlated all the time. It does deviate, but that was when Bitcoin was in its infancy. Smaller asset, less market cap. So that seems reasonable like that. Now it's a little bit larger, $500 million, gets up to $1 trillion when it's bullish. So maybe it's going to be staying with the stock market for the most part. We will see when the future goes further on, and maybe it has a deviation again. But one of the reasons I'm putting this on here is that I want to show you guys something from a point of view on this NASDAQ, okay? Just how I'm looking at it. Can you roll out a 2008 style crash? Of course, you never can. Anything can happen. Maybe next month the Fed is going to blast interest rates up to 6%. They're like, we're just going to blast it. We're going to put everything into a recession, and we're all except for us, except for us and the Fed. Everybody else will be poor. That could happen, on a black swan type event or something could happen. I want to show you guys something to put things a little bit in perspective with the NASDAQ in this so-called 2008 style crash. One, it did a retrace over here. And as you can see, this is the monthly chart, guys. You see how deep this RSI is? There's a lot of drop in momentum, not much in price, okay? And if you I'm going to go over this. I'm going to go over Bitcoin. I'm going to relate this to Bitcoin. You put a little bam right over there, you see? And then these areas over here is where it's similar. This to me, this is the whole crash right here. This is this whole wave correction. You have some people calling this a wave. That's not a wave. I've looked at it. That's an ABC in there. So it went down and it went up for a little while, a long time. What was that, 6, 7, 8 years? And then boom, it finished it off. And now it's in this. The reason why I'm saying that you have a good shot of this NASDAQ composite going back to all-time highs potentially like this in a correction, actually, guys. So it'd be like this, and it could zoom back up to all-time highs and then come back down and do a correction, okay? The reason why I say that is this asset, the NASDAQ composite in itself, you look at the corrections in here, okay? I'm going to go off this wave. You see this wave? That's a wave 1 right there. And it did here and it went up. That's a correction right there. This whole thing's the correction. This is not 1, 2, and then 1, 2. This is the correction. And it comes up. This is its third wave. You can see here's another correction, kind of like that. And here's the end of the third wave peak. And there's the fifth of the third. Okay, you see this, how it comes down and goes up and corrects again. That whole thing right there is a correction. Okay. And now it's going up and something like that. So typically what these the NASDAQ likes to do is it dumps and it goes up, breaks all-time highs, and finishes its correction. So you can see the pattern here like this. It kind of went up, but this was weak. You see how weak this was, probably because all the problems with the economy, and then it dumped. Had a bad dump over here. The reason the NASDAQ had the dump over here is, in my opinion, this is a fifth wave blow-off top, okay? And then dump and then finished it up here on a B wave and corrected that. And then over here, you see how it does 1 and then 2. You can see in the RSI and went up 3 and then 4 here, and then it finished it all off. The corrections that it likes to do is it goes up, dumps, and it goes up beyond all-time highs and then dumps again. You can see it in the RSI right here. So you have a good shot, like, what's going on possibly, I'm thinking, is with the NASDAQ is coming down, and it's going to break all-time highs, and that's going to be a dump. How long could this take, guys? Just to give you an idea, look at this over here. This wave, I'll start at that point. That wave lasted 671 days to there. 671 days. So what is that? 2 years? Technically, if you can believe it, the Nasdaq could be in a correction. This is just the start, and it could go up and break all-time highs for 2 years, guys. So if you're in this trading this, you might, that's something to consider. I know everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people are over here because of the stuff that's going on with the Fed and interest rates and the economy. They're expecting that or something like that. You know, down here, okay, let's be reasonable, bottom portion of wave 4. I don't know, guys. I'm not so sure about that. It has reset itself pretty good in the monthly. And if you take a look, I'm going to go out to the weekly now. You take a look, the Nasdaq bounced right off its previous second wave. And also, too, there's an issue with the wave counts in here. This is a huge wave 1 that it did. And it came over to the bottom of that second wave right there. And over here, it bounced out of there. Okay, only time will tell. Are the bears right? And this is just bam, come down here. Only time will tell, guys. That's why you want to keep both in the back of your mind and look at the history. People are like, oh, the past doesn't matter. It doesn't repeat. Go through assets. They do have a tendency to repeat themselves over and over again. It's the cycles, guys. They go through cycles. So now on to the good news. All right, guys, that's the DXY. This is what I've been waiting for because I wasn't 100%. It was done right there with its wave. But you see this massive green candle? That's where everything's dumping, like Bitcoin. This is when this goes up right here on the DXY. For those that are new to my channel, the DXY is when it's trending up and going up bullishly like it is right now with a massive green candle, tech stocks and Bitcoin and crypto go down, typically. Not always 100%, but typically, you know, it's just a general guideline. It's not a 100% thing. I don't want to make that clear. It's not 100%. You don't go, oh, DXY is going up, I short Bitcoin. DXY is going down, I long Bitcoin. It doesn't work like that. It's a little bit more technical, but I think you get the point. But here's the good news, guys. What I've been saying for, I don't know, probably 90 days about this, waiting for this right here. This is what you're going to want to see. You see that? You see how far it's gone? Look at that. It's going to go up to this areas, guys, and it's going to have a massive amount right on this candle. This is a weekly chart, and it's going to create bearish divergence. And that will likely be the end of the DXY. Okay? So that will be good news for Bitcoin. So likely, in my opinion, one of the reasons why Bitcoin was struggling in this area, whether this is going to end up being a bullish count or it's going to be a bearish count, we're not really going to know until the correction's over with, is this right here. This right here, because it wasn't finished. The DXY was not finished. Even though it was correcting and Bitcoin had a chance to struggle its way up to here, the DXY over here wasn't done. So it came down, boom, and now it's in a bullish move, while Bitcoin was able to finish a sequence off. We know it was finished right there. Okay, and now it's in a correction. Okay, so that makes sense. Now I want to go briefly over the VIX. I was looking at the overall chart of it, and you know, it's broken a significant trend, guys. And I'm going to go more towards the bullishness. Some people might want to be careful. It could be going into another downtrend, you know, kind of like over here. You know, it could spike up easy, it could spike right up, but this is a significant break of the trend, guys. So you know, and you're looking at the DXY. Here's the volatility of it. This is the 2006, 7, and 8, where there's a lot of volatility. It's same here about 10 years later, more or less, boom, boom, boom. And it could be in another downtrend. And then that volatility from 10 years from there or something like that could be happening again. So just an FYI for your information that I'm putting out there, that could be a possibility. But at the end of the day, like, this is a significant break. Everybody's got their thing on there and they're just waiting for this thing to spike up to 50 or 60. So I'm putting a little different spin or point of view on it, that it could be changing trend. That's a possibility, guys. You just don't know until it's complete or whatever it's going to do over there. But everybody's still waiting for it, bam, to go up. Might not. It just might not, guys. So back to Bitcoin. Checking it out, and you know, we're not really going to know for sure if this is a bullish count or a bearish count. What is it exactly is it doing? But I think it's looking pretty darn good. If you look on here in the daily, the amount the RSI is dumping, here's a massive dump over here. You can see that dump, and then the RSI in that area, this is almost the same amount, and the price action is not moving as far. So when the price is going down like that, and it's not as far as the RSI, that's actually bullish from a momentum point of view. I put that in a couple other videos. That's what you want to look for in Bitcoin. So perhaps if by chance this is some type of bullish count, and it can be, that is a diagonal type move from an Elliott wave perspective. Whether this is started here, it could be bearish. It'd be A, B, C, or this whole thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was a diagonal. But for Bitcoin, I know the past history of Bitcoin, if this is some sort of diagonal made a wave 1, I'm be looking for this area right here, this 0.786 retracement, because I know on Fibonacci levels, logarithmic levels for Bitcoin, where does it like to retrace to? 786 on second wave. This is an area 2. I would expect it, if it is a second wave, perhaps, want it to be bullish, I would expect it to go beyond 618, guys, and actually hit that 786. Get down to these areas. Go back and look at the history of Bitcoin on its last second wave. As an example, I'll show you here on the daily. Take a look at this second wave over here. This was a nice deep retracement. I haven't checked it recently, but I'm pretty sure this was a 786. Yeah, you can see right there, guys. See 786 on logarithmic. Bam. So it'd be this more or less the same thing over here, 618 to 786, and it could come all the way down there and test those lows on a second wave, if you can believe it. 90%. It could do 90%. So there's still some space to go with Bitcoin, guys. And personally, I think this is not bad. It's not good. Of course, it's going down. It's not at 11%, and possibly even down another 16%. Could be an A wave here, up for a B and back down for a C. Don't know yet until it completes it. So it looks good. The reason why I say it's not so bad is that let's go over Ethereum. Ethereum's kind of in the same way. And everybody's expecting this one to dump and break all-time lows and going down to $80. Yeah, now the numbers are even getting lower for Ethereum. It's got to go back down to $80 now over here. Where's $80 at on Ethereum? Let's go take a look. I think it was over here. 100. There's 100. 88. So it's got to come over here and break this low from the bear market. New projections for the bears. I don't think so, guys. Look at Ethereum here. For Ethereum to maintain a bullish sequence, it has to drop from where it is right now all the way down to there and 48% from where it is. Take a look at it on the 18-hour chart. This drop, it's getting a nice dump in the RSI. So technically, from a momentum point of view, this is good. That's what you want to see on a correction. A bullish correction, I should say. No, that's coming down pretty decent. You want to see it get down there. So you want to see Ethereum. So as an example, I'll show you like this. Let's go to the daily. I'll go to the daily and show you. See Ethereum right here, okay? These are the areas to look for. 618, 786 for Ethereum. It can go all the way back down to 1,000, guys. You see this RSI right here. So let's say this is like some type of wave 1. And RSI is right over here. This RSI, if it's way down here like that, and you see the price above the low, that's good. That's what you want to see. And then that means Ethereum's getting ready to blast back out of there. So that's what I'll be looking for in a long time on the long side, guys. BNB, I look at BNB here on the 12-hour chart, guys. It's coming all the way down there. It's taking all that out. It's the same thing with BNB. It has quite a more room to go, to go down and break those lows, 33%. On the 12-hour chart, 18-hour chart, it's dumping in the RSI too. That's what you want to see. That's good. From a momentum point of view, let's check it out on the daily. It could be pretty decent. You can't rule out the bearishness. That it's just going to be right here. It's going to be the line in the sand for any of these assets right there. that maintains those lows, guys, what you're going to be looking for on it. You know, total 2 is the same thing, guys. Total 2 is the same thing. Dumping there, coming down into the RSI. You know, I got these targets to be looking for: 618, 786, and then right here I think is 90%. That's a pretty massive dump. Price is right there. It's got to come down 13, 15%. That's 21%, and then it could come and test it at 25% almost, guys. So pretty lots of space for those assets. The only one that doesn't have a lot of space is Bitcoin. Okay, I think it's struggling off the bottom there. So to me, I wouldn't worry about it. Just get yourself ready. This is what I'm doing, okay? Not financial advice. Paying attention to these numbers, seeing if Bitcoin's going to maintain that low right there, okay? Comes down, looking at the RSI, checking the RSI, other signals that I use too to see, okay, does everything look good? And then you start going shopping and going, hey, look, this is maybe setting up for another run over here, okay? But you want to always keep in the back of your mind the bearish situation that could possibly arise, obviously, and this is going to be your number, 17,600, 500, thereabouts. If it breaks that, then you know. Bitcoin's going to be the one to pay attention the most to, okay? You know, Ethereum's got a lot of room to go. Binance got a lot of room to go. I don't see these really breaking that sequence, though it could be possible. Bitcoin would be the one to pay attention to, see what's going on with it. So, and then the time is too, guys. It could take some time. You got to realize, you know, Bitcoin could come down here in an A, and then it could just take its time going on a B, like over here, and then finally come down over here. This could take, like, you know, say 30 days or 45 days or something like that, and then finally end up over here in this long correction or something like that. So don't expect this to be done in a week. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.